Hello, everybody. Welcome to the finals of Classics Match Play here at INDISC 2024. I'm Andre Masikoff, 2014 World Champion, and here we have
Zach McCarthy, 2022 IFBA World Champion.
And I'm Colin McAlpine, and I'm the 2017 Pinball Champion. So we got a desk full of major winners.
And it's exciting here. We've got a huge tournament, not a major, but definitely the beginning of a heck of a lot of awesome playoffs coming up here. But this is the Classics Match Play Finals, the final four players, a couple older ones, a couple younger ones going at it on some older machines.
Yeah, this is one of 5 of the main events here at the Open. This is the first of the 5 that are being streamed right now, and qualifying for the others are currently taking place.
Yeah, thanks for those of you joining us. So this is a major pinball event. This tournament is not a pinball major, so to speak. The world champion, the Open World Championship will be decided on Sunday. But we're excited to bring you this finals, the final 4 of the Classics Target Match Play. So all these players ground away for most of the day yesterday trying to get a target match score until they had 25 points. And then everybody that got in before it filled up the field of 24, and we're now down to the final 4, and we're excited to bring that to you. We have an international flavor of this final 4. So we have one Swedish young man, we have a guy from Canada, and I believe the other 2 are, well, we have 2 Canadians actually, right? Because Eden's from Canada as well.
Looks like it, yeah.
So 2 Canadians, and Josh Sharp is from the United States. You probably know a lot of these folks. You may know Josh Sharp. He happens to be the president of the IFPA, which is the sanctioning body of international pinball competition. And Arvid is a young man from Sweden who's just been on fire. He's been like on a 3-year heater. And Eden is Pinball Jesus, and he's you'll see what I mean here when he gets into the. But he's actually, no, he set the world record. It has now been trumped or taken over by 2 other people for longest amount of continuous playing time of pinball. And Jonathan is an excellent player from the Alberta area.
And here we go on Viking. There are a couple ways to attack this game. One way is through that center spinner that can be built up to 1,000 points of spin. The other way is bonus multiplier, and collecting bonus. That spinner coming that direction
that was
is
so
a way
rough.
to lose the ball as well.
Oh, that was so rough.
I see that a decent amount of times on these Vikings, also sometimes shooting out of that center hole at the very top, straight down the middle.
Yeah, sometimes it's nice to plunge into those A or B lanes just because the direct feed down the middle isn't quite as obvious.
Yeah, so the A and B lanes are right here and right here. I prefer the B lane, depending on how this happens. But if it kicks down here and will miss this deadly pop bumper and go all the way down to your flipper, and you can catch it here, that's actually a really good opening plunge. So we were waiting now for player 2 to step up, which will be Jonathan Puckrin, and we'll see how he approaches this game. As we saw the spinner, that generally you want to be shooting that spinner from the flippers and not having it come down backwards through the spinner straight down the middle. We'll see if Jonathan elects to go for some of these inline drop targets that advance your bonus X and bonus, which can be very valuable.
And how about that one target that lights up periodically just to the left of those targets?
Nah, nobody's going to go for that. We'll see.
Well, it's also on the inlines on the left. Eventually, that target at the back is worth 50,000 as well. So once you get up to your 5X, just bashing that target as many times as you can is also
correct. All right, so Jonathan has got the 2X going. He's a nice trap. You can insta-cradle on the left-hand side. That's really nice. Gives him a nice controlled shot. Goes all the way around for his collect bonus, and that does not reset his bonus. So he can continue collecting that all he wants the entire ball, but he has to re-qualify it by shooting that right orbit again. And there it is, but it won't get all the way around. Let's see if he just takes it. Left flipper. Yeah, left flipper, it looks like he's going for collect bonus, and right flipper, he's going inlines. On this particular Viking, so these rubbers right here on these out lanes, on most Vikings will be very friendly to you and allow you to get the ball back into your inlanes. But the devious, evil tournament directors here at INDISC have made this world champion quality level Viking that you don't generally get that.
Yeah, that rubber just seemed dead. Just nothing off of that.
And I'm also wondering if you guys have played this Viking and if you know how tight the tilt may be, how much shoving players can get away with here.
I haven't.
Okay. Even Pinball Jesus needs glasses. So here he comes, Eden Stam.
Former Canadian national champion as well.
All right, he just wants ball on flipper. And he gets it. It looks like he's going spinner.
Now, by making the spinner, you're advancing your bonus, and eventually it's worth 1,000 to spin. So, and I believe there's hold bonus on this one. Is that correct?
Oh,
Wonderful.
that was gorgeous. That was lovely. He was moving that thing from the time it got to the opening of the out lane and just bounced it back in with brute force. This tilt is nice and liberal. We're going to see some quality nudges here. Another one.
Wow. Yeah, he has definitely answered my question about how tight this tilt is. We have yet to find that tilt.
And so for those of you new to pinball, there is a mechanism in the actual cabinet of the pinball machine that is a pendulum with a ring around it. And if you get that pendulum swinging too far and makes contact with the ring, you tilt and your flippers die and your ball is over, you get no bonus.
It is possible that pendulum somehow is not in this game, the way Eden's getting away with what he is. But that's an excellent way to set up a game for a game such as this one on Viking because of those out lanes. I mean, he's had 4 balls that would normally have gone out on a normal game, and he brought them back into play.
Yep.
So, Eden also has the 20,000 now locked in, I believe, so he will have that for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so depending on the settings, that is a super bonus that will carry and will carry for his future balls. Now the bonus X will not carry that he earned by hitting, once again, these inline drop targets here on the left. Advance your bonus X 2, 3, 4, and 5X. The bonus X does not carry, but the super bonus of 20 and 40 does carry between balls.
Now Josh Sharp here, runner-up at multiple world championships. Although he's playing much younger players in Arvid and Jonathan, as a younger player, he was a star player, winning some junior titles.
Yeah, that IFPA 10 shirt is older than Arvid. Oh, Josh doesn't get it. So he tried the exact same move, but you noticed it was a different velocity. It wasn't coming down as fast, and I think it wasn't quite hugging.
Yeah, it seemed to come off a little bit.
It was coming off the wall, so he got this action and down the middle. All right, Arvid is an inline drop guy. There's the pop bumpers doing their job and randomizing it. Oh, and flushing it down the left out lane.
And you see on his ball, when he hit the inline targets, it ran into that pop bumper. What a lot of times you can do is you can give it a big slap on the side and to avoid that pop bumper, but not on this. It didn't seem like he was able to do it.
He wasn't. Maybe it's a fast return, but yeah, that is the play. I've seen you do that very, very successfully on this exact copy of Viking at past Classic ZMAC. That you can slap it, or it is here. So you missed this pop bumper, and I'm sorry, we just totally missed Jonathan's second ball. But that eliminates that randomization, so you don't get any of this side-to-side action coming off of the pop bumper.
Organizers here really like to set up the games so there are multiple pathways to get points. And so no particular shot or move can be exploited. And that pop bumper on the left is one of those blockers that slows down that progression of getting those multipliers through those left red drop targets.
All right, Eden in play. Gets the A top lane. Nothing outside of that saucer yet. Just wants the ball on the flipper. And he gets it. Inline drops.
He
nice
does have
drop
that
catch.
carryover bonus, so he is multiplying a decent-sized bonus from the start of his ball because he carried over from his last ball.
Correct.
It was a short ball, but he made some good progress with his bonus there.
Exactly. Look at that bonus trickle up. Just lovely sound and visual to hear as you step away from your ball and you get to see that bonus count up.
And that's the power of going for the spinner at the beginning of your game, is you can get through that bonus advance real quick and get that 20K locked in ball one.
Yeah, we haven't seen anybody take a really good shot at it yet. As far as you get the center spinner is what we're talking about right here. And as you spin it, that the tree keeps building until you get to 1,000 to spin and you get bonus. There we go.
And it turns nicely once it gets in the 1,000 range. Josh could catch up quite quickly if he keeps hitting that shot well.
And it's going to time out, but he gets it before it times out, so continues at 1,000. Look at his score go. He's up to 45K. Oh, and he could have moved that more.
Yeah.
I think he could have saved that.
That was a beautiful save for a very tight game, but this game you can throw around.
Yeah. Well, and maybe the sideways could be a little more sensitive than the upward nudging, but still, I mean, he didn't have that much bonus to build. I would have gone for it.
Yeah.
All right, Arvid, ball 3. This is a 3-ball game, so we're in ball 3.
And I'm presuming he picked this game because he is player 1.
I think Josh was top seed. I'm not 100% sure on that.
And Josh may have deferred and chosen to go 4th.
Oh.
No! Oh no!
Now that should not normally happen, but once in a while a gate like that will go the wrong way. Usually it's supposed to be one way and should keep the ball in play, but that was very unfortunate there for Arvid.
Yeah, the design there is to only come up that one-way gate, but unfortunately sometimes you can rattle it and just it's a little slanted inward and the ball can sometimes sneak through there. That's a pity.
So Arvid will finish last on his first game. He's not out of it, but it's not the start he was looking for.
Yeah, and the scores are on the back glass of the machine. Oh, nice nudge.
Oh,
That actually tilted. Okay. We found the tilt bob, Andre.
Now that guarantees Josh Sharp's second place because that tilt left Jonathan below. Josh is 54, so Josh will have one thing to focus on when he plays. Whatever Eden's score is when he finishes this ball. It'll be a long, hard road, but at least he only has one score to target, so he can actually try to go for something a little more bold, a little more extreme, a little more dangerous, just knowing he's going to need at least 250,000 points to catch Eden.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
Eden's just going to build that cushioning.
Yeah, so once again, Eden, he still has that 20K bonus progress that he gets for free, and so every single drop target is worth another 20,000.
And that collect bonus hole, when it's lit, could help him really run away with this game.
Yeah, that's true. After a few multipliers.
no. I think he could have saved that one too. It was just on the tip. I think he could have gotten a little hold of it. But he's guaranteed no worse than second, and he's got a very sizable cushion for what amounts to a rough playing Viking. Eden had that magic ball, just where it seemed like he could do no wrong, and he could get the ball back on the outlanes at least I think 3 times that ball.
Yeah.
Maybe 4, and nobody else has been nearly as successful. All right, El Presidente plunging. Gives it a power assist plunge.
No progress carryover, so just all this ball.
Oh, he had it on the flipper he wanted. Let's see what he tries to do. Transfer it or spinner? Go spinner. Oh, yes! Little dribble off that.
Yeah, the ball just saved itself.
Okay, he has 17. I can't tell if
think
that 10
only
lights
7.
out. Okay, only 7. Uh-oh. You don't want to be in the slings. Okay, there we go. There we go.
Spinner
He's
has
still
lost
going
its
spinner.
1,000 value, so he has to build it back up to 1,000. Still building bonus.
But I mean, he's already gotten pretty good value just from those 1,000 spins. About 50K.
Doubled his score.
Yeah. I wonder if he
from
switches to
spinning alone.
inlines. No, he's just going to keep on spinner. And saves it and does not tilt.
Yeah, just a nice quick jolt from Josh there. Did not penalize him.
Oh,
No.
too slow.
And he could have even tilted out there with no penalty in terms of the match because he was already in second place position. So Eden Stam, we are playing a 4-2-1-0 scoring system. So first place gets 4, second place gets 2, third 1, and last place gets a 0. We're playing 3 total games, and the winner, based on those points, will carry away that gorgeous trophy that's just off the screen there. Andre's going to bring it in.
Oh, this
Showing
feels
that
good.
off. Very nice. Look at that. INDISC first place, classic target match play. And I don't know what the game 2 is, and we don't even know because the way that this format works, the player who finished best in the qualifying gets a choice of choosing a pin or choosing their player position.
Position can be so powerful on some of these older games that involve bonus, such as Viking.
Correct,
and where
yeah.
you do know what your opponents have, even though your opponent usually playing first who picked the machine did pick the machine and is playing exactly the game they wish to. This is a bonus game with a couple opportunities to collect bonus in it. Not only when you lose the ball, but if you could see that top left lane, there's a saucer. It says collect bonus. You can collect up to 10,000 per bonus. You light the bonus through hitting the spinners in particular, both left and right spinners, as well as the lanes, the in lanes that come down to the flippers. Some players might actually shoot the ball into the in lanes if it's possible, just to build their bonus safely.
There's also a little known super jackpot bonus advance in this game, and it's right here. If you can get that between the D and that advanced bonus, you can get maybe 5 to 10 advanced bonuses in one pop bumper trip.
Oh, so it'll keep collecting them. It's fast enough to register that.
Yeah. Okay, so Arvid was once again going as player 1, and Jonathan is once again player 2, Edom is player 3, Josh is player 4. Presumably Arvid has picked this game. That's only 1,000, so we can see it starts out at 1,000, and he hasn't advanced it yet through any significant spinner rips.
Another thing to watch. Oh, sorry.
Or hitting the targets of the lanes. Oh, that's 3.
Now, it didn't really look like he was interested in the spinner. He was more interested in trying to send it up into the pop bumpers.
It did. That's an interesting strat. Andre, what were you going to say?
One thing to watch as the players hit the collect bonus saucer is how the ball rolls out and how they handle that kick out. If they can settle the ball down and keep it on that right flipper, they can fire it back in there. It's a relatively easy shot to hit, but a difficult one oftentimes to recover from after you've collected your bonus.
Yeah, so we'll see a really cool, flipper skillful play here. I think once these players, it's a 5-ball game, by the way, not a 3-ball game. And so we're going to have lots of opportunity for players to learn how that feed is working. And that is the feed. On any of these classic games, there's generally 1, maybe 2 feeds that you want to learn. And this is also another one, depending upon the tilt setting, that as Zach was describing earlier, you can side slap it from the left-hand side on the cabinet to get it to come off this rail. If it's going straight down the middle, you can have it come off and get it over to your right flipper instead.
Now, during Arvid's ball, it looked to be pretty cleanly going to that right flipper for a potential drop catch. We'll see if that continues or if any of these players capitalize on that.
Another viable possibility is trying to fire it back on the fly back into that collect bonus saucer over and over again. We'll see if anyone tries it, how easy it is.
That was a tough-looking top saucer. It does not want to take the ball into that very top one. Nice. Goes back up, just takes some points. Oh, that is a great feed. Oh, unfortunate right out lane there. But we could see what we were talking about there. The feed coming off this collect bonus went nicely over to that right flipper. So dealer's choice. You could take the on-the-fly shot and send it back up immediately, or do what Jonathan was doing, which is a drop catch. And that's where you raise the flipper up and you let go of the flipper right as the ball gets there to try to essentially deaden the ball and give you another shot from that same flipper.
Jonathan was just a little bit early on that drop catch there.
Yeah, I saw his drop catches bounce some. Also, this might be bouncy rubber that's harder to drop catch off of. We'll definitely see some other players go for that drop catch out of the collect bonus.
Okay, Eden was not shooting at this. He was shooting at one of the 2 spinners, and I seriously doubt he was shooting that target. Generally speaking, if you're new to pinball, or if you're not new to pinball, any of these targets that sit there right in the middle are a big no-no. Absolute no-no. Do not shoot those. Those kill you.
But they look so great. There's so many points. They open the gate, 5,000 points. It might cost you your ball, though, if you go that way.
It's never worth it.
And players are trying to plunge into that saucer, I would think, up top, and even those who have experience on this game, timing it so it lands on the 5,000.
Oh, no.
And terrible luck, no flips there.
All right, so we have a very low-scoring ball 1, but we have 4 balls remaining for each of these players, 11,015 to 9-3.
Absolutely anyone's game. 4 more balls to go.
So Arvid wants to control there. Got away with a pretty good slap. Nice power in lane. Collects 2,000. Nice drop catch. Once again, a little bit off in the timing, but he'll learn that. Let's see if he goes spinner. Nope, he's just going to collect 2,000 all day. Nice control. Excellent skill.
Yeah, if he can keep doing that safely, although it's 2,000, he'll do it all day.
Yeah, some beautiful drop catches here.
He's got the timing down.
Yeah.
Rush that one just a little bit. Okay, now the spinner's coming into play. So you can see that each of these have this identical little pathway of lights. And after you get past that top light, then you advance bonus once. Nearly got a Lazarus.
Yeah, and not much he could have done from that angle unless he preemptively had a feeling it would bounce off that wall on the left to keep it from going down the middle. You will see players preemptively save balls, and it's not obvious, but they will do things if they know there's a trouble spot that the
Right
ball
there.
comes from. They'll slap the machine.
So Jonathan just did what you were talking about, Andre. It was a great move. Oh, no. It's center stand up 2, players 0.
Just taunting them.
You don't. They're not shooting for. I mean, there are some games where center stand-ups are actually really valuable. This is not one of them. And by the way, in most competition settings, extra balls are turned off, and I'm guessing this is the same. And that is not an extra ball for Eden. That is a nothing ball.
That's one of those drains where just it looks so clean, and then just like a little bit of ball spin, a little bit of wiggle, and it just pops right out, right into that left out lane.
And you can see here on the side, the sides of these out lanes are just bare wood. And so any ball that goes over there gets deadened, and the ball just, it's very difficult to get out unless you preemptively nudge it off that metal post first. Josh nails the skill shot.
3 points.
Will he get to flip? Oh, there it was. He only got a couple. Swing and hits.
You will see some players backhand versus forehand the spinners.
So that's interesting. Josh is the first player we've seen who's chosen to hit a spinner over hitting the bonus collect.
Yeah, and unfortunately, now he does get to collect that bonus when you drain. So anytime you drain, it is going to collect your bonus for you. But he did not, have any time to actually go and get that collect bonus mid ball. And the reason why it's so powerful is in this classic game, the bonus does not reset. Many games, the bonus resets when you collect, but not bow and arrow. Marvin cradles up, and he goes forehand to the right spinner. Gets some good progress. He's up to 3,000, nearly 4,000 in bonus with one more spin.
Some fantastic upward nudges off those slings just to keep it from out those corner areas.
And some good decisions not to flip at times like that one, to let the ball go over to the other side softly.
Okay, let's see if he tries another tap pass. No, he just shook his head no. He just shook his head no. Let's see if he tap passes again. So a tap pass is when you just gently twitch the shats instead. So a shats is when you're flipping the flipper to try to go into the opposite in lane, whereas a tap pass is when you just barely hit the flipper button so that the ball just like magically pops over to the other side.
There's one right there.
A little on-the-fly tap pass.
Arvid's a big fan of tap passes, but the shats, I think it's a safer way to go.
Nice. Nice. Good patience here from Arvid. Good flipper skills.
And he's drop catching very well. He's not getting the ball to stop dead, but this is a very tough set of flipper rubbers and angle to do it easily.
He's doing not rolling tap passes, but he's doing on-the-fly tap passes as the ball bounces and makes contact with the flipper. The Shats thing actually looks like a viable strat. That's advanced bonus every Shats.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Nearly maximum bonus. I'm going to guess all he's going to shoot for now is collect bonus.
Yep. Here we go. Let's see. So he started out at this about 60K is what he started out when he started this little fun fest here.
Double bonus now. You get it from the A, B, C, D targets. I don't think players go for them intentionally heavily. But in his case, he will have double bonus from those green targets he extinguished as well.
Now,
Correct.
The double bonus only applies for the bonus you collect when you drain. Is that correct?
That
yes.
is correct.
But he's got another 20K coming to him, which is higher
I mean,
than
I love
two of his other opponent's total scores, and that'll be at the end of the ball for losing it.
I love the pinball gods are rewarding this excellent flipper skill play because he's getting some awesome power in lanes as well. Right on cue.
Oh, there was a tap pass, rolling
Yep.
tap pass.
So now we can see Arvid is over 100,000. You can see the 100,000 light right there. So he has 139,000.
He's lapped his opponents already. There's that tap.
I don't that bounce on the bounce tap pass is not really doing that great of a job. I mean, it's out of control.
It's a little too strong.
Yeah. But lovely, lovely, incredible ball 3 there from Arvid. 170,000 after 3 balls.
I have a feeling you're going to have to write the number 2 before the 7 at some point on your telestrator there, Colin.
I agree.
Coming off of a 0 game 1, I mean, that's the ball you want to have next game.
Okay, now this Jonathan is faced with a dilemma here. He could nudge this. He could also call for a tournament director to unstick this ball, and it's going to go on his right flipper. I would absolutely call for a tournament director and take this on my right flipper.
I agree, and I don't think that ball's coming out. Like it's stuck on the metal. There's no rubber to bounce it off of.
Yeah, so Jonathan did a very sportsman-like thing of trying his best to nudge that out with some judicious, very light cabinet slaps. But now what happens here is the tournament director will open up the pinball machine, they will slide the glass off, and the ball will go either on the flipper or the shooter lane. Because this came off the plunge, the tournament director may choose to put it back in the shooter lane. I don't know. They're going to be their call.
You see Jermaine, scratching his chin, wondering what to do with that ball.
It did go into play and did strike some things.
That's the thing. To me, it did. So I would think on the flipper would be appropriate. Survey says right flipper.
I mean, I think that's the best outcome.
Absolutely.
Ball in control.
We've seen at least 2 if 3, not 3 house balls so far of the 8 that have been played or 10 that have been played.
So he's got some choices to backhand or forehand the spinner from this perfectly cradled ball.
Yep. And for those new to pinball, when we say backhand, we're talking about shooting the ball very early from a flip, so it's going on the same side, as opposed to a more natural forehand shot that goes towards the opposite side, like you would normally think, like when you swing a baseball bat. If you're going to the opposite field, is more like a backhand, and the vice versa. Survives the center stand up. Okay, so I take everything back. Arvid would have done an on-the-fly tap pass there, and it wouldn't have done that, side-to-side action going over left out lane. It would have maybe just blooped over here, and he may have gotten control. So, good job, Arvid.
Yeah, and in Arvid's case, it never punished him to the point where he lost the ball on account of the tap passes. You got to be creative on these games as far as keeping the ball alive, but also getting the ball to the flipper you want. And gaining control.
Good nudging.
And there was the ski jump pass from left to right, just by holding the flipper up.
The spinner kind of stopped itself there. It didn't continue spinning, unfortunately.
That is the tough thing with the backhand, is you're kind of sending it directly up into that pop, and it's going to send it right back down and can go back through the spinner.
Plus, I feel like that right spinner doesn't turn terribly quickly. I don't have a good feel about the left spinner.
Oh, no. And, okay, that was a well-deserved drain for Eden. He unfortunately, it was once again, it all started with the rebound off of that center stand-up, and then out of control and over to the right out lane. So, Andre and Zach, so how much bonus do you want to build up before you start going for the collect bonus all day?
With that feed, I don't know if I really want to build it up all that much. It seems like pretty decent drop catch, send it back up, so maybe 3K? Well, I guess it depends on if you're chasing Arvid or not. If you're just trying to get second here, get it up to 2 or 3K, and then just hit that saucer as many times as you can.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's very situational. I agree with you. I feel like, I wouldn't mind drop catching out of that saucer. It doesn't feed into any dangerous spot, but you do need to drop catch it nicely.
Oh, that was a gorgeous spinner rip.
The best spin we've seen today.
6. No, he played with his food. No, Josh, no.
Man, and he chose not to make a move. I feel like giving it like a slap with the right flipper, like maybe he could have nudged it over to the left.
Yeah. And still not risk the drain. I mean, if you wanted to for sure save it, it probably would have risked the tilt. Sorry, not the drain, but risked the tilt. But given the low scoring, he's not. Although at 2 points, yeah, he's really he's playing the strategy here. He's with only 20,000 for the other two players. He wanted that 7,000 in bonus.
And we'll see what Arvid does with this huge lead right now. What approach?
Not much, apparently, but
He's still in a very comfortable position.
Yeah, absolutely. He's feeling fine. We're on ball 4 of 5, and we're in a match of this game 2 of 3 in the finals of the Classic Target Match Play Tournament at the It Never Drains in Southern California INDISC Festival. All right, Jonathan, the hooded pinball player here. 4,000. Can he do the drop catch? Not quite. Great nudge.
Extraordinary off that wooden wall.
Yep. He anticipated that it was going to bounce normally over into that out lane, so he gave it extra nudge to send it with extra force and bounce further off the wood and back into the in lane.
Never got a chance to collect the bonus from the saucer with the near max bonus. That could have been his opportunity to catch Arvid, and in Jonathan's case, with only 1 point so far, he needs to be going for Arvid. In the case of Josh and Eden, they need to make a decision right now whether they need to be aggressively going for Arvid's score or sniping for each other, because they already have a decent number of points in hand, Eden especially.
Yep, and this is the final, so this is not the normal system where 2 people go through the next round. This is the final 4. The top player will take first and second and third and fourth, and so on. Eden just dancing with the devil on that center stand-up, and he's talking to himself right now. Nice spinner rip on the left.
yeah, I agree with these people's choice of going with that left spinner. It seems to spin so much better than that right one.
It did. We've seen that with both Eden and Josh's last spinner rip. Unfortunately, similar to what Andre pointed out with Josh's good spinner rip, he didn't really have much chance after that. Okay, player 4, ball 4. We have 1 more ball to go for each player. Josh has 2. This one and then his next. That ball just died on that upper little passive sling. Nice tip.
Beautiful tip.
Backhand's going to get him close to 4,000. Gets the fortuitous bounce to the in lane. Come on, Sling. Don't kill him yet. Oh, center. He airballed off the center stand-up. You could hear it hit the glass and back down.
It seems like 4K is enough for Josh to go ahead and hit that saucer as many times as he can.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. At this point in the game, absolutely. Nice. Dude, just hold it. Oh, the new meta is discovered.
Let's see if it works consistently.
Oh. Andre is disappointed.
Definitely, he might want to get over to the right flipper now and just keep collecting bonuses. He doesn't need to build his bonus.
Yeah.
So he shats past there, but it was not a very good one because it put it out of control. Oh, and almost a Lazarus. He will collect his bonus on the way out. Sitting in second place right now as player 4. Once again, as Andre pointed out, being in the player 4 position is extremely powerful because you know exactly what you need to eclipse other players' scores.
If things ended as they are right now score-wise, we'll have a very, very tight match going in the final game.
Indeed.
Yeah, with Arvid pulling away here, looking at a bit of a reset going into game 3.
Yeah, we could even have the 4-4-4-2, which would make it anybody's game on game 3. And when we talk about that, we're talking about the match points. You can see the match points down here. You get 4 points for first, 2 points for second, 1 point for third, and 0 points for fourth.
I really appreciate the way people are drop catching here. It's not an easy drop catch. You need to do more than drop. Your timing has to be great, and then you make an adjustment on the variable kinds of results you get when you drop catch, because it does come in at different speeds and angles slightly.
And Arvid's just
Like
been
that.
nailing it, yeah.
But even with him, the last 2 were not clean. It's so tough. That velocity of the ball coming back makes it difficult, and the bouncing to the flipper rubbers. But this is how you do it.
He has
And
just
there it
eclipsed
is.
200,000. This is beyond the scoring capabilities of the game. Well, thank you for fixing that there.
Yep, and Arvid just wants to do this all day.
Yeah.
Yep.
The only real question about Arvid's game is, will he lap them once again?
5K at a time or 6K at a time?
I can imagine him doing this for a long time. The longer he plays, the better he gets at those traps and catches there.
Another collect. Appropriately punished.
Yep.
And he tilted. It only cost him $6,000.
Amazing
And
game by
He was
Arvid.
watching. He was
Yeah.
waiting for the tilt through. He was like, "Please don't tilt through."
Extraordinary.
And so what? And a tilt through, by the way, is that same pendulum we were talking about that's in the cabinet that dictates whether you lose play on your current ball. If that is still swinging strongly enough as the player, relay switches to the next player, and if it makes contact again and tilts the next player, that is a tilt through. That next player will not be able to play that ball. They will receive a compensation ball, and the worst part about it is whoever tilted through, they get 0 for the game.
It's the reason you see a lot of these older EM-style games be played 2 players with players 1 and player 3, so that you avoid that possibility.
Yeah, I mean, I think how they've set things up, how they set the pins up here at INDISC are perfectly fine, because I actually prefer playing all 4 players, even with that possibility, because to me that's just part of playing the pin. And as long as it's not some weird tilt bob that's not centered correctly, but if you don't have the tilt bob centered correctly, then I completely agree with you.
Yeah, plus when you're playing a 4-player game, 2 players at a time, those 2 players who play last, players 3 and 4, they have a huge advantage. Not only have they seen the players before them balls, but their entire scores. So their targets are very obvious and clear.
Absolutely. Okay, so what Eden is doing is a very good move when you're in a public location, because we do have lots of people at this festival to be walking by. You never want to have somebody see, oh look, a game's lit up and it's played, and especially when you're in a coin drop location, you have a small kid that looks, oh cool, I can go play some free pinball, and they'll start playing, and then oh no, we've just now interfered with that. The kid didn't do anything wrong by it, but then Jonathan would have been not being able to play that particular ball. There's no harm done in this style of game because every ball is a new ball. There's no carryover. And Jonathan, ball 5, he's at 52,000. His first order of business is getting 58, which he has done.
Oh, the
no.
insert, that green circles. The plastic seemed to have grabbed the ball slightly and directed it towards the center, likely unexpectedly. Still, Jonathan does have that lead on Eden, but Josh will be able to pass him easily with his bonus alone just by plunging.
Correct. And I don't mind that tilt that Jonathan took there. I mean, he did not have much bonus built up. I think he had maybe a couple thousand.
I mean, maybe you get past Josh if he house balls with those couple thousand, but I agree. He had to save that one.
Yeah.
He
Now-
needs to be thinking big, just because he took 3rd in that first game too, and he needs to be part of the conversation. He definitely wanted at least a 2nd place there, which he will not get.
So yeah, that made Josh very happy, because Josh knows that he's, I think almost absolutely guaranteed. Not quite. He has just under 1,000 less than Jonathan does. So if he somehow miraculously managed to hit 0 or 1 small 10-point switch and drains, he would not catch Jonathan. But other than that, he will. All right, Eden plunges. Will he get a flipper decision? Ball on flipper, please.
No.
Nope. So Eden takes a last, and we are in the situation that we talked about of having a incredible game 3, where we're going to have at least 3, if not all 4 players still viable for taking the title.
This is standing situation is thrilling, as well as just the fact we're playing classic games where anything can happen no matter how good you are as a player. Now Josh is targeting Arvid. It is a long shot.
We've seen this before.
Yeah, deja vu all over again.
So for those who didn't happen to see the plunge, it got stuck on this gate right here. And what that little, you can't see that the metal bracket there has a little flap that comes down towards the playfield to allow the ball to come out of the shooter lane, but then to not allow it to go back into the shooter lane. But sometimes the ball can get stuck there next to that top of that passive rubber that's just under the plastic, and the ball will probably be placed back on the right flipper because that's what they did the last time.
Now, I imagine Josh is very happy with this situation. You know, he avoids one pop feed.
We did it for someone else.
One of the scary things.
It's got to be consistent.
Yep, and you overheard that in the microphone on the game, and I completely agree with that decision. The most important part is you be consistent with how you make decisions in making rulings.
Yes, every tournament's different, and the style of the rulings are different, but you do need to be consistent within your own tournament.
All right, ball's on the right flipper.
That's a great shot.
Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, there we go. He's passed. Now he's with the bonus. There we go. Job number 1 done. Now he has to score close to, 170,000.
So yeah, when you were asking, how much bonus do you need before you collect? At this point, I mean, you're going for 8, 9K.
Yeah, correct.
And in a way, he can relax because it's such a long shot to win. It's also, he doesn't have to worry about tilting through to another player. So he can go all out in every possible way without hurting himself.
Yeah, he still had, He hadn't found the drop catch yet. Like Arvid had it, where Arvid was getting, I'd say between 50 to 75% of his drop catches. He was getting control again on that right flipper. Whereas everybody else, I'd say 25 to 10%.
This was a tricky game to play, and a cruel game at that as well.
But
Arvid got his hands on it. He picked it for a reason.
Indeed. And I like how it was set up because bow and arrows are notoriously long playing, because if that feed is that friendly, they'll always go to the right flipper, and if the drop catch were just a breeze that anybody could do it, then we would have been here for another 15 minutes watching that game. But instead, it rewarded skillful play, and with that combined with the very sensitive slings, punished you if you messed up.
Yeah, it was a great showing of Arvid's ability to adapt quickly to the changing feeds.
And those tap passes were phenomenal. I consider them very bold, but he executed them well. Because those tap passes, if you tap too lightly, the ball just slides down the middle.
Yep. And that was unique. I never usually see people intentionally. Sometimes you accidentally mess up and you accidentally slap at the ball to the side and you accidentally tap it. But in his case, he was doing it intentionally. He wanted to tap as the ball was coming towards the flipper, not on the flipper. And timing that tap with the contact of the flipper is tough to do. Okay, it's now been changed in player order. So Josh was the highest seed coming into this Final Four matchup, so we're presumably that Josh picked this game.
I imagine this is practice as Josh is playing a one-player game right now. Now, do either of you know the qualifications of what got practice, what didn't? Because I saw some games did, some games didn't. Yeah.
I'm not familiar with it. I didn't participate in this tournament. Andre, do you know what it is?
No, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's a matter of new games inserted in the tournament they haven't played, or you get a chance to practice on a game you did not play during the qualification phase or the playoff phase, to be fair, just so you can try it. I'm not sure how it works, but again, this is practice. We're talking about practice.
And I'm a fan of the practice after a target match play qualifying, because some of these players have gotten the chance to play these games and some of them haven't. And it just helps level that experience.
Wizard is a game where you can do well just by getting the ball in the right flipper and shooting the left spinner where you see that little 10. But there are a couple other things you could do. There is the feed down the right side that flips the flags, and that tends to hopefully go to the left flipper. You could sometimes backhand a ball from that feed to the left spinner as well. Beyond the left spinner and just shooting it all day into the saucer, which adds to your bonus and gives you 3,000. Another thing to do is to go aggressively for flag number 3, the bottom circle there. that will light the opportunity for double end of ball bonus. After hitting number 3, it'll need to go down that right lane, that right feed by the magnets to turn on the double bonus. Some players might go for that more aggressively right off the bat, and some might go more gently, just shooting the left spinner. You can, if you are aggressive and desperate, shoot the 5,000 target on the right. It's hard to hit. There are thick posts near there, and a lot of times it will come out of there nicely off a hit or a miss.
So Jonathan he bounced into the flag 3 there. He had double bonus then at the ready, but unfortunately he was never able to get control and get a clean shot back up top to feed that saucer or to get a lucky bounce in. These flags you'll see right here, there's flags 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those flip over when they're activated by the targets here, the 3 here, and the 1 here, and you need to go through that lane. It will collect all flags that you flipped.
And that plunge to the saucer is powerful. It awards you a total of 6,000 points, counting your bonus and the 3,000 you get for hitting it. So Eden barely played there, but he's very close in second place after ball 1 just from hitting that saucer.
Yeah, these are very low-scoring balls of Wizards so far. Once again, this is an electromechanical machine. You can see it with the physical score reels. So per the setup at this particular tournament, all electromechanical games are on 5-ball. So once again, we will be having a 5-ball game here. This is the ultimate game, game number 3 of 3 in the Classic Target Match Play Finals at INDISC at Never Drains in Southern California. And we are at 4-4-4-2. So whoever wins this is guaranteed to win or at least force a tiebreak. So Josh, lovely save there. He has flag 2, which is not that great. Flag 1 is a little bit better, but it's still not great. Flag 3 and 4 are the powerful ones. He's opting just to go up top.
And he did light the spinner off the plunge, so it's worth 100 versus 10.
Yeah, I mean, with scores this low, that 6K saucer is pretty good, plus the spinner.
Yeah, it's valuable. 100 per spin, and that's 3,000, plus you get all the other bonus points up there. You get advanced bonus from the saucer.
Yeah, maybe 10 to 15 spins off that lit spinner is another 1,500.
See a Schatz, and then up top,
Very
very
well
nicely
played.
done.
Wow.
Interesting. It seems like maybe the flipper is like slightly raised, or like the rubber is super not bouncy, but when the ball hits the flipper, it's just all the momentum is dying. Oh, that was beautiful, just holding it up.
Yep. And so that feed that Andre was describing and Zach was just talking about, he held up his flipper and it gave a clean control there.
Does appear Josh is looking to double his bonus now by hitting flag number 3.
Still wants it, but he hasn't gotten it yet.
His bonus is maximized, but not doubled yet. Again, flag 3 on the bottom if he hits that, and then goes down the flip-flop lane of magnets.
Yep, and they're unlike the other 2 games that we just witnessed, this one does not have a mid-ball collect bonus. So you only get that bonus when you leave the playfield and when you drain, as long as you didn't tilt. So that 19,000, you see all those inserts lit up. And some games actually go beyond and you can get more lights, and it'll start counting up after you've gotten 19,000, and then count up to 8, and then count up to 7. But this one goes to 19, so maximum 38,000 if you can get that very, very critical flag 3 that we've been talking about, and then going through the flag lane.
Now, after getting max bonus, because that does happen often on this game, what do you guys like to go for? Do you like hitting that 5K?
I like the 5K target.
I'm a little aggressive in the way I play, and if that 3,000 target in the middle's lit, I tend to go for that off the left flipper.
Nice,
and a
nice.
lit spinner off the right flipper. Each would hopefully yield you around 3,000.
Yeah, I found the 3,000 target. I mean, it's in the center. It looks like it's going to kill you, but it often doesn't. Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see that. Come on, let's see max bonus double.
I have found some games where that is a safe target. It doesn't look safe, just like that target on bow and arrow, but it feeds nicely.
So Jonathan attempted to do a dead bounce on that left flipper, and either by intentionally or not, that flipper has no bounce to it. It just sat there.
So maybe holding up the flipper off the feed here would be a better move at this point. Or a live flip to the
That
spinner
worked out.
lane or a bailout anywhere
That
else.
worked out
Just as
for
long as
him.
they keep it going. It's where he wants to be.
Nice, good decision, good control there.
Real
And
solid bonus now.
he's rewarded with the 3K. He's up to 16,000. Let's see if he goes for the flag 3. Nope, he just wants to go farm some more points.
And this is ball 2 of 5.
I feel like over the course of this ball, that feed out of the side has completely changed. He's now going into the sling like 3 times in a row.
Yeah, it's even just across 6 balls we played.
Yeah.
I'm wanting somebody to do the Andre strat. I want to see somebody just go hard in the paint and go after that lit 3,000 target. Let's go.
You can hit it from either flipper.
Nice control from Eden. Finds that spinner shot, which the spinner really doesn't matter. He just wants it up there. Unfortunately, did not get the 3,000 saucer. Now that feed was totally
That was
different.
awful, yeah.
That was the tip of the right flipper. Oh, no 3,000 love.
And of course, the worst one straight down the middle. That was close to that.
Close.
Players
Great
need to be
save.
really ready and make quick adjustments to those feeds because they're going to be different every time.
He's got flag 1. He's just going up top. Once that, there we go. 3,000 plus the advance bonus. Doesn't quite get that saucer. Will the pops give it to him? No. Does get 1,000 target up there.
And bonus advance for those targets.
Good ski jump. And the ski jump is where you hold up the flipper and let the ball go over to the other side. Unfortunately, a little bit of a flipper flub there. It cost him his ball. But not bad in the grand scheme of things.
Now Josh is stepping up, ball 2. I think he's in first place already after his ball 1 score.
Yeah, Josh looks like he has 45. And we have Eden at 28. Jonathan at 34, and Arvid hasn't really gotten to play much and only has 11. Here we go. You want that saucer. Does not get it, and does not get the flag lane either. Oh, but the pops give it to him. And a little bit late on the spinner lane. Good nudge. Back up top. Does he get the bounce into the 3,000? He does, plus advance bonus.
Ooh. That was the slowest feed we've seen.
That was so sketch. Yeah, he's smiling about it because he knows, like, what happened? Why did I not get my nice feed?
And he's smiling because he survived it.
Exactly. His ball's cradled on the right flipper.
It's right at that gate. Those rubbers around that the gate where the ball enters into the playfield from that lane. It just seems to, like, sometimes the ball just smugs it and causes it to do weird things.
There are things players could do to manipulate the ball some when it's in that lane. Gentle shaking, maybe shoving as it's coming out of the mouth in case they're afraid of it going down the middle. And look at that. Josh has got a strong lead, but there are 3 more balls to play. Any of these players could do the same thing he did with a double bonus, 38,000 points for a full double bonus if they can do it, plus all those other points that come along the way.
Yeah, so Josh took a score up to 95K. Whoever wins this game, once again, will get 4 points and will be guaranteed to be at least tied for first. Any of the players who have 4 already will be guaranteed to win. Oh. Yeah, Arvid's showing a little bit of frustration there, and understandably so.
Arvid's final has been feast or famine thus
It really
far.
has. Great point. Yeah, that's nothing on Viking, and then just obliterating bow and arrow.
He should have saved some of those bow and arrow points for this wizard game if he could have.
Yeah, I mean, Josh with 96,000. I mean, he's up. He's gotten the 2 max bonus collects on his 2 balls. It's gonna be hard for these players to catch him if Josh can keep that up. You know, they're kind of hoping that he has a couple, non-max bonuses, no double bonuses, in order for them to make up that difference. Because other than bonus, there's not that much. I mean, there's the 5K target, there's the 3K target, but those aren't very safe to get.
Every once in a while, I've found some of these copies of Wizards where the rebound from this 5,000 target will give you a nice feed back to your flipper for some control. but your mileage may vary.
It looks like the posts at the entrance of the 5,000 target are actually wider than they were last year during Classics 2. And I think they might have done that last year. I mean, that was the impression I got, just to bring in another element of the game that people don't normally go for. Because the 5,000's there, it's just so hard to hit. You've seen none of the players intentionally go for it yet. What I see happening now, as we're coming down to the end of this final game, the final 3 balls, is players are going to be put to a decision of tilting versus not tilting to stay alive. To get this title, they will have to get ahead of Josh, or at least take a second if it's Eaton or Arvid to tie him. And so there might be some tilts near the end, more aggressive kind of shoving of the machine, knowing they must take a first or second in this game to be in the conversation for champion.
Yeah, it's a great dynamic added on a lot of these bonus-heavy games.
That was a delightful feed that came out. He could have actually maybe live caught that on the right flipper because it's totally changed coming out of that flag lane. Oh, he has the flag 3 lit. He has 3 flags ready. He just needs to go up top, get it in the flag lane. A little bit late on that shot. Still late on the fly. Man, he's going on the fly, and it kills him.
Ouch.
Man, that centered stand-up. I don't know if I like the strat, Andre.
I, even in that spot, would go for that double bonus
Oh,
upstairs.
for sure.
For sure.
So I'm going to ask our producer, Carl, what is do we know how much the cash prize being taken home by the winner for this tournament?
Looks like he's finding that out.
So meanwhile, Pinball Jesus playing ball 3. And Eden has all 4 flags, but no, he trusted the dead bounce and it didn't bounce.
The table was set, and then they did that thing where you take the tablecloth and like rip it out from underneath the plates and everything else, and rip the plates off. That was unfortunate. In that case, was he thinking to dead pass from left to right?
I think so. And that we've seen though that left flipper is a little bit loose, and so it's not dead passing.
And again, when we see Josh step up,
He has a bonus flag, free flag.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! It's like instant flagging. So everybody's gonna get light spinners, I guess. Is that spinners or is that pops?
Flag 1, I believe, is spinners.
Okay. No, because
Maybe
spinner's
not. Never
lit.
mind. Yeah.
Oh, now it didn't register either. Uh-oh.
I don't know what's going on.
Wizard is doing some wizard things.
That happened earlier as well with that top flag.
Yeah, because spinner's 4. You're correct. Oh, and now it's back to normal. Okay.
As
That's
if
Pinball.
Josh needed some extra help. He gets a little bit there.
Well, speaking of getting help, the winner of this game is going to get some help towards their travel costs, as the winner is going to take home $2,300. Second place, just under $1,700. Third place will get $1,100, and fourth place will get just north of $700 in this classic target match play final here at INDISC. Arvid gets a flipper decision. He goes right at the double bone.
You know, I agree. In this situation, he's here to win. He's going for that 100K. He needs that double bonus.
Okay, got flag 1 and 2, not 3. Oh, my. Arvid, you're killing me, man. Nice Shats pass. That was excellent. Okay, now he's just going to go up top and take it. Oh, no. He lives. Oh, and the sling is not very sensitive.
Oh, what a
missed-
path that ball took.
That was a weird path for sure. I think he was just going back up top.
Yeah, he seemed to change strats. And in this situation, I think if you're going for first, you need that double bonus, you might as well just get it out of the way.
Yeah, especially on. See?
Yeah.
The deadly dead bounce, the lack thereof on the left flipper. And what we're talking about with the dead bounce is in most pinball machines, depending upon how that linkage is set up with the flipper, if you let a ball that's coming across the playfield and hits the fat of the flipper, it will usually do this beautiful little bounce over to the other side, allowing you for either a control or a better flipper decision as opposed to taking something on the fly. But in this case, this flipper, if you dead bounce, it goes to the collect bonus.
I'm pretty surprised we haven't seen anyone go for a drop catch out of that feed. It seems like it would be a good angle for it.
Because the Shat's pass is working great.
Yeah.
Well, oh no, he did it again. What do we see? They're not watching their fellow players play and learn from the mistakes.
Well, those no bounce, dead bounces are definitely surprising when they do happen.
And so this is a unique situation. This particular pinball machine, because of the pace that you guys were talking about earlier as far as the bonus being maxed and capped, you can't get more than that 38. Josh is in the catbird seat right now.
It looks like he's got 7,000, but it's 107,000, as indicated there on the back glass.
No matter what Josh does on this ball, it's going to be a long road for these other players. A lot of 5K or 3K targets plus a max bonus.
And Jonathan, in particular, player 2, will need to win the games to still be in conversation for this title.
Oh, that Shat's. I think I would almost Shat's all day until max bonus.
Yeah, it works, it seems.
Oh, that fed the sling. It's top of the sling. What are you doing, Wizard?
Just looking forward to when we see one go like direct right out lane or something like that.
Oh, he's got the flag 3. And he survives the out lane area.
That's a great shot to miss.
He was so late on that, and he knows it.
He really wants the ball to traverse that far right lane with the flipping magnets. Still a strong ball, strong bonus, huge lead from Josh Sharp, player 4.
Yeah, Josh, the only way, so we will likely not even have to watch Josh play ball 4 unless one of these 3 players can put together the miracle ball of Wizard and get 100,000 roughly on their ball 5.
And that's just to catch Josh.
Yeah, that's just to force him to play his ball 5.
And like you were saying, Zach, there's kind of a cap on scoring once you get the max double bonus of 38,000 points. Because they'd have to get a lot of extra points from dangerous places or from an unnaturally long ball to pass Josh, in addition to a 38,000 point bonus.
That was really skillful, dynamic play from Arvid. He was adjusting how he handled that feed based on how fast it came down, including saving a straight down the middle feed.
That's the worst feed we've seen so far here on Wizard. But he's recovering nicely.
Oh no.
It's trouble. All right.
Oh, he did the dead bounce. It didn't kill him.
And he's hitting the spinner beautifully as he's coming out of these saves.
Okay. I'd go for the flag 3 now. Yep.
I think he heard you, Colin.
There's the Shat's pass. Up top. Get the 3,000. Yes! Around the world and in.
Oh my God. That feed was so fast. Direct sling right out lane.
But there's that maximum bonus and a huge lead for second place.
Yeah, so Arvid is guaranteed not to take first now. He can't catch Josh, but that was incredible ball 5. Just to put up that almost, I think, a little more than 50,000 in one ball of Wizard is an excellent ball.
Jonathan's tournament at stake here.
Oh, man. Okay, nobody dead bounce. Please don't dead bounce.
I think we learned from the last ball, I hope. Yeah.
Oh, and there it goes. He will finish at just over 80K. And then will he pass Arvid? He passes Arvid by 1,000. 1,000 points. Now, that may not change the standings, so to speak, because Jonathan is 2 match points behind Arvid in terms of where the match stands. So even though Jonathan passed Arvid on this game, depending upon what Eden does here, Arvid still may finish higher because he may still get the 1 point, putting him at 5, and Jonathan getting 2, putting him at 4.
But Jonathan passing Arvid also gives him a chance for third here if Eden doesn't pass anyone.
Correct.
They would be tied.
Correct. We would have a little bonus pinball for the third place. It'll be a $400 game of whatever on the tiebreak. But Eden, what he's looking for here, he's first order of business is get to 80K or 82K as it stands.
And Jonathan wants the impossible Eden score between 81 and 82,000. So he passes Arvid, but not him.
That would be something. That would be something. Okay, pops. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Didn't catch it. Goes on the fly. Has all 4 flags. Go in the saucer. Go in the yes. Full flags. Did not trust the dead bounce. Wise choice. 17,000 double bonus.
Got a 5K target.
And he's getting real close with his bonus here.
Yep. He's just shy of 80,000 right now. Now I think he's got it.
Yeah.
Yep, with that spinner rip, and as long as he doesn't tilt, he has the 38,000 in the bank, and will take. Don't. Oh my gosh.
Well, it looked
played,
like
though.
a hard shove, but I think it was just a slap. He did get away with it. Of course, he didn't catch Josh, but
He did not catch Josh, but that means that we are all settled. Josh gets to take the victory plunge and just plunge that ball because he has already won the Classic Target Match Play Tournament here at It Never Drains in Southern California, walking away with $2,300. Very excited, I'm sure, to win a tournament at a major. And Carl, do we know what's the Whopper estimate for this Classic? Carl doesn't know.
and Whopper meaning world ranking points at stake. You know, there were a lot. This was a 2-day tournament with some of the best players in the world, a lot of games played. And some people are going to see some substantial jumps in their world rankings after
Absolutely.
this.
Yeah. This it is a certified tournament, correct, Carl? No? Doesn't think so. Okay. But even regardless of that, there's still a massive. The field was very difficult. Lots of top players in the world, as we just saw, playing in it, and they will win a lot of ranking points. And so you can find out about those things if you want to. You can go to ifpapinball.com. So IFPA stands for International Flipper Pinball Association. And more importantly, let's show off that. Oh, they already took the trophy away? It's over there ready for the video
For the
ceremony.
interview, yes.
Yeah. So they will win that. They win that cash. The other players walking away with $1,700, $1,100, and $700. And there's a lot more to come here. So if you've enjoyed this production here from IE Pinball, please subscribe to the channel, like the channel so that you get alerted when we have more stream coming your way. We will have more streaming coming later this weekend, starting tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning for the women's finals. And then later in the afternoon, late afternoon, early evening, the classics on Saturday, which is a different classics tournament from the one you just saw. And then on Sunday, we got the big one. We got the major that Mr. McCarthy sitting next to me has won in the past in 2022. The Open IFPA World Championship starts at 10 a.m. Pacific on Sunday. Oh, okay.
It looks like
we're about ready for the trophy ceremony here for our Final Four, led by the illustrious Jeff Giolis. So I think momentarily we're going to be passing it off to him, and we'll get to hear from our winners.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Here are your winners.
And since we have it on Sunday night is the high stakes final, so Sunday night, if you want to tune in for high stakes. So tons and tons of competitive pinball to tune in for. Like and subscribe to IE Pinball. We thank Carl very much for all the work he's done. All right, well, we got a little bit of technical difficulties here, so give us just a moment before we do this award ceremony. So
We're telling the world where it's streaming, but if you happen to be in California or Southern California, this World Championship that Zach won 2 years ago is an open World Championship. Anyone can play in it. All you need to do is come to the Riverside Convention Center. The qualifying will continue today all the way through 11 p.m. as well as all through tomorrow. Take your shot.
yeah, take a chance. You have even now also can still do the classics. The classics qualifying goes all the way through, I believe, 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. tomorrow. So plenty of time if you like classic pinball. Come on down. It's a very reasonable price for the quality of pinball machines and the amount of fun you're going to have here and new friends you're going to make.
Or you could try your hand at the high stakes.
You
the
could.
$500 buy-in. There's still available, I believe, a couple of tickets. Top prize is $15,000 guaranteed.
$15K.
The largest prize in pinball.
Yep. So I think we're almost ready here, but yeah. And there's also a free play area. So if you come down here, you pay the entrance fee. You don't even have to compete. You can also go play in the free play area. There's, I think, roughly 20 to 30 machines set up.
New and old ones. And now let's throw it over to Jeff there, who's live with the winners.
Almost ready. Okay, so we have Jeff and Rebecca posing.
Holding those beautiful trophies.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if they can hear Jeff, but he's probably saying something about Josh Sharp not finishing second in a big tournament this time around. He gives him a lot of grief about
He
those
does.
World Championship runner-ups, but Josh is the champion today.
Apologies for the technical difficulties here. We're trying to get the final interviews in here. So we're just
I'm taking your spot.
doing it on the fly. Thanks for being patient.
You want me out? Okay.
Yeah, I gotta do it from here. You're there? Jonathan. Where there's a will, there's a way, right, Carl? We find a way. Okay.
That's right, Jeff. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hey, it was nice to see those Matt Rowbottom pictures. Those were good. This is Rebecca Salem. She's helping me out with the hardware because we've got to pay out these wonderful top 4 players of Classics Target Match Play, including this man from Edmonton, Alberta, the home of Yegpin, Jonathan Pucker. Congratulations, 4th place.
Thank you very much.
Get on the mic there, buddy. Pretty exciting to make it this far in such a big tournament.
Yeah, an incredible company, and I would just like to say thank you to everyone, and looking forward to the plaque. I guess I didn't know there was a plaque, so look at that.
This hardware.
Thank you, Jeff, for all you do. I appreciate it.
Jonathan, great.
Thank you both.
I'm sure you'll do well the rest of the
I
tournament.
hope so. Take
Thanks
care.
very much. All right, in 3rd place, coming over here, it's a shorter trip to get to this microphone than the travel to get here because he came from Sweden. He is one of the world's best pinball players. In fact, top 10 in the world. His name is Arvid Flygar. How are you, my friend? Good. Good. Hop on the mic there. So no, just make sure you can put on the headphones if you want. Look at this, 3rd place. I know that wizard was a little mean to you.
Yeah, I'm still very pleased.
You got to get on the mic there, bud. Sorry.
sorry.
That's okay.
I'm still very pleased with how the final went.
Yeah, I know you come over with your good buddy Vigo, and somebody told me, should you make the high stakes finals, there might be a costume change involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will.
That'll be Sunday night right here on IE Pinball. That's great. 3rd place, and you got a lot of money too.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very happy.
You and your family have had a good time here in California?
Yeah, it's great. We stayed in LA for 1 day, and we saw some cool things. It's a good
I
trip.
think I saw pictures of you on Venice Beach doing some flexing. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe, I don't know, it was something like that. Arvid, congratulations, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Great young player, great player overall, wonderful. Thanks very much. We're going to bring on Eden Stam here from BC. He came in 2nd. Here he is. How you doing, Eden?
I'm doing great.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm doing great.
I want to know your thoughts on Viking.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Obviously, it treated me well.
Yeah.
Couple good saves. I hadn't done one on the left side, so that was great.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, was the look all part? Like, I mean, you had everything but the horns.
Yeah, no.
You were destined to win.
I do this for you, man.
Ah, there he is.
Valhalla, right?
There,
That's what's about.
what a good guy right there. Eden Stam, no shame in second place.
No, man. Not at all. The way it was unfolding after just getting housed a lot on bow and arrow and just not getting it, I thought, you know what? And then Josh was playing really well on Wizard. I'm looking at the other scores. I'm like, okay, let's shoot for second. If we start to get on a roll, we'll go for Josh. And by ball 5, it's like, I need second. Yeah. And that's how it was.
Well, that was amazing. Very clutch, and congratulations. You beat so many people to get to second place.
Grateful.
Yeah.
Oh, beyond grateful.
Well, you're a great player, Eden. Congratulations.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah.
Okay, take care. Can't believe I'm about to say this.
Say what?
The winner of the Classics Target Match Play, come on over. He's defiant. Proves he's got the chops. And we'll talk about the path that we got there. Your IFPA president and winner of the Classics Target Match Play, if you can get on mic there, my friend. Look at this. I'm presenting a first place trophy to Josh Sharp. Congratulations.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, thanks. But I do like the path and how you got there. I mean, that was a great Wizard game. Let's take nothing away from that. But you've been in this tournament before. In fact, the very first time they ran Classics Target Match Play, you were second to Jason Werder, correct?
Yeah, really?
Well, you were, right?
I mean, I was.
That's good.
Bring that up.
I'm just saying,
Okay.
I've noticed a path.
Yes.
So in Viking, in bow and arrow, I don't need to be first. I'll be second. I'm great at being second. And then you just sneak in there at the end and bang when it matters.
You got to
Wizard.
win one in the final round if you're going to win one.
That's a good point. But again, you've won big championships before. I remember you winning the Heads Up Championship, if I recall.
No.
No, it was the
Stern Pro Circuit.
Stern Pro Circuit.
Yeah.
Thank you. Stern Pro Circuit. And that was a ladder match. And Rebecca, he never finished first until the last game. You just didn't have to be last.
That's right.
This guy's got the method, and now he's got the hardware.
Efficient, man. Efficient.
Way to build the suspense.
Yeah. How you feeling?
Good. Hungry. And slightly worried about my standing over here since I haven't put a card in yet.
Well, we'll get you back there. We've got 2 more hours of this interview, so I don't want to lose too
will
much.
kill you.
Josh Sharp, your Classics Target Match Play winner. Congratulations, my friend. Well done, buddy. Really
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
And
Thanks, Carl.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Emoto behind in the cameras. And we've had Jordan also give us a hand here. We have got more action.
We do. We have so many things that are going to be coming up this weekend. We have women's at 10 a.m. Pacific on Saturday for the women's finals. I have to go put some more cards in for that. Then we have classics on Saturday afternoon. And then Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific, the open finals.
The big one.
The big
major
one. Oh my gosh. We've been watching people put in cards back here for the past 2 days, and it's going to keep going tomorrow. And last but not least, the people who shelled out the money to put in their cards, high stakes on Sunday night.
It's all right here on IE Pinball. Watch on Twitch. Thanks for viewing, and we will see you tomorrow.